Okay, hello class. Today we're going to talk about three things in Excel. The first one is moving and copying data. If you have some information that you want to get to a different part of the sheet or copy it, you can use the cut and paste option, or even easier, you can use the highlight cells option. So I've highlighted everything here. Say I want to move this from column H over to column F instead. So once you have your information highlighted, you move the cursor up to where it becomes a four-pointed arrow along the margin of the cell, like so, and just click down and drag it to where it needs to go and let go. So we just did a very quick and easy move operation. Now sometimes you might want to keep the data where it is and have it go somewhere else too. That would be a copy. So highlight the information just like before, move the cursor up to the boundary, get a four-pointed cursor arrow there, click down. Now hold the control key down and drag it to wherever you want to go. Let go of the mouse, and there you go. So we just did a copy. You can do it again here. Hold the control key down. You could drag it down over here somewhere. So that is an easy way to either move or copy your information, dragging along the boundary, or dragging along the boundary to copy by holding down the control key. If you don't hold the control key down, it will do a move instead. Okay, now we're going to talk about something else. We're going to go to this sheet right here. We're going to talk about referencing values from a different worksheet and the worksheet that you're currently working on. So on this sheet here, we have some information here, 2019 revenue by different divisions in millions of dollars. You can see we've got some information in here, but we're lacking the information from the manufacturing department. That happens to be over here on a different worksheet. And the information we're looking for is the total manufacturing sales for the four different regions of the country. We've got the four regions over here, and then we've got the total information right here. This is the information that we want to get back over into the sales sheet. Note that this is in column or in cell H13, and this is the manufacturing sheet. So if we go back over to sales, right here, we want to put a reference to that cell in that sheet. And the way you do it is you type an equal sign and then the worksheet name, which is manufacturing. Let me make it uppercase here. And then an exclamation mark, which tells you that it's in a different worksheet, or tells Excel it's in a different worksheet. And then the cell that it's coming from, which is H13 in the manufacturing worksheet, and presto, 1251.25. If you look back over here, there it is, 1251.25. Now we've got it over here in our sales sheet, and then you could easily use auto sum or whatever you like here to add up those columns there, format it any way you like, and you're good to go. We could copy the format here, apply it down here, and there you go. So that is how you reference a cell from a different worksheet. Now you could also use different cells and formulas. Look over here, we've got four numbers. Say in this column here, we want to multiply each of these numbers by the values from the manufacturing sheet, these four numbers here. So all you'd have to do is reference the first one and then use the autofill handle to reference the rest. So the first one is in cell H9. So let's go back over here. Let's build a formula that says equal this value right here, which is an L9, and we're going to multiply it by manufacturing, DREG, exclamation mark H9. Okay, so that takes 4 and it multiplies it by 375 million $0.2 back over here. Now we can use the autofill handle to go down, and it applies the same numbers from that column into this sheet over here. So this one is multiplying 6 by this value right here, and then the next two are being used in the formula also. So that is how you reference cells from a different worksheet. Okay, finally we're going to take a look at paste options in Excel. Excel, like all programs, has the ability to paste information, but Excel has a bewildering array of choices when you want to paste, and we'll go over a few of those today to try and relieve some confusion. So I've got some different choices up here for different paste options. So let's take a look here. So the most generic and most complete paste is just a regular paste, and that is the most comprehensive because it pastes data, formulas, formatting, comments, and validation. So here we have a hard-coded number in this cell, and there's also a comment embedded in it because you can see it right up here in the upper right corner. The number is formatted with a different color, larger typeface, and there is a fill color applied also. So if we click on this and we copy it, actually, okay, if you copy it and you go to the cell where you want to put it, if you right click, you'll see you do have quite a few paste options here, including paste special. But if you don't right click, but you click on the down arrow, you get even more choices here, including paste special, which we'll talk about at the end. So the most comprehensive list is if you click on the down arrow on the paste button here. So the generic paste is right here, and this copies everything. So there you see we've copied every criteria or every characteristic of this original cell, including the comment right up here also. Okay, the next choice is to paste a formula. So if you click in here, you see we have a formula that takes the value of cell A8, which is 45, and multiplies it by 2, which gives you 90. So over here we're going to paste the formula. Okay, so if we copy this and then click in here and click here and say paste formula, it gives us the formula. But if you look up here, the formula is B8 times 2. The original formula was A8 times 2, which is this number here times 2. Initially, the formula is 2 cells to the left, which is over here, A8 times 2. When we paste it over here, it wants to go 2 cells to the left also, and it does relative addressing. So instead of using A8, it uses the value of B8, even though you're getting the same number. But take note of that. Okay, so it's using relative addressing, so it goes 2 to the left and multiplies it by 2. Okay, the next option over here, we are going to do paste formula and number formatting. So you can see that both of these numbers are formatted here in currency format with the $ off to the far left. But the other formatting here is not considered number formatting, where they're bold and it's got the blue background or the gold color background. Those are not considered number formatting. That's just generic formatting. So if we click in here and we copy this, and then we come over here and we click here and we move over to the third choice, is paste formula and number formatting. You can see in the cell that it's pasting the formula, but it's with the numeric formatting, the $ in the accounting format. And of course it's pasting the formula too. So if you click here, it's taking the value 2 to the left, which is right here, and multiplying it by 2 to give us the $180. Okay, now if you look at this value right here, this is not using a value from a cell, it's using a hard-coded value, 45 times 2. So if we click on that and we copy it and we come over here and we paste the formula and the number formatting, it's giving us 90, which is 45 times 2, which is the same as here. Okay, it's not using any reference to a cell, so it didn't do any relative referencing. Both of these say 45 times 2. Notice that neither of them have the formatting except for the number formatting. That's the choice we took. Okay, let's take a look over here. We've just got a number 455, and it's got some formatting applied to it, but not numerical formatting like currency or anything like that. It's just got larger typeface, and the number's bolded, and it's got the gold background, which we picked from the fill color. So if we click on this and we click on copy, we come over here and we go to paste, and we say keep source formatting. So it'll paste the number and the source formatting, which is all the other characteristics that we see right here. So you can see that it's pasting the number, the hard-coded value right up there. Okay, let's take a look at this one. We've got hard-coded value 172, but if we click off the cell, notice that we put a border around this cell here. So if we try to copy this one and we use the no border option, watch what happens. We'll click on that, we'll copy it, we'll come over here, we'll come to the paste choice, and you'll see right there, no borders. So you paste it in there, you get the number, but you don't get the borders. Okay, not quite sure why you'd want to do that, but that's what that's all about. Okay, let's take a look at this value right here. Here we've got a hard-coded number 164, but notice that I made the cell width narrower than all the rest of them. So if we use the keep source column width option, it should narrow this width down when we paste in there. So let's click on this, copy it, click over here, go to paste, and we'll go to keep source column width. And look what it did. It pasted the value and it narrowed the column down too. So it mimicked the width of the column in this pasted cell right over here. Okay, the next one's real interesting. This is transpose. So transpose turns rows into columns and columns into rows. So here we have 3 rows, 1 and 4, 2 and 5, and 3 and 6. So these rows will become columns, and the columns will become rows. So let's copy this little grid here. So we'll copy it, and we'll come over here, and we will do paste transpose. So look what it did. It took the first column here, which is 1, 2, and 3, and made a row out of it. And then it took the second column, 4, 5, and 6, and made a row out of it. So transpose converts columns to rows and rows to columns. Okay, let's take a look over here, paste values. So here we have a formula equal 42 times 3. So we are going to paste the value from that formula right over here. We're not going to paste the formula and the value, just the value. So we're going to click here. We're going to click on copy. We're going to come over here. We're going to click on paste. And we're going right down here to paste values. So if you come over here now, you'll see they both have the same number. But this cell here has a currency format. And all we did was paste the value of the calculation of the formula. We did not paste the formula, we just pasted the value right there. So even though the number's the same, the cell is different. We didn't paste the formatting, and we didn't paste the formula, we just pasted the value. Okay, over here, we've got a number that is a formula 122 times 3. And we've got currency formatting applied to it. That's why the dollar sign is right up against the 3 there. So here we're going to paste the values and the number formatting. So we'll click here, we'll copy it, we'll come over here, we'll go to paste, we'll come down to the paste value section, and we're going to paste value and number formatting, which is exactly what it did, but notice it didn't paste the background color, which we got from fill color. It pasted everything but the fill color, because the fill color is not considered part of the number format. We're pasting the value and the formatting. So there's the value right there, and the formatting comes along to the currency formatting. Okay, finally over here we will paste values and source formatting, which will bring in the yellow background if we do this properly. So we click here, we'll copy it, we'll come over here, it'll bring in the number formatting also, we'll paste, and we'll come down here, value and source formatting, and there you see it brought over the formatting, brought over the numeric format, and it brought over the number but not the formula, because if we click back in here, the formula is 600 divided by 4. It's not putting that formula in there, just the result of it. Okay, the last thing we'll try to show you is paste link. So this is when you want to bring in information from a different sheet. So if we click here and we come down to the manufacturing sheet here, notice from before we have these 4 values right here. So if we wanted to bring these 4 values into the other sheet, you would highlight them, you would copy them to the clipboard, you would come back to the paste options, you would come in here, you come up to paste, and you would come down here to paste link, and there it is. It pasted the values that were linked in from the other sheet. Okay, now let me come out of here. There's a couple other things you can also see. If you click on copy here and you click here and you come into paste, you'll see we have the paste special choice. It opens up this whole window here, which gives you more control over the individual items that you can paste in. And it has the operations here, which we'll never use, so we're not going to talk about those. But this is just one more way to have control over the items that you paste in. So we're going to cancel out of that. You can see that there's a lot of paste options in Excel. They can be confusing, they can be bewildering, but if you have a little knowledge about them, they can be used to your advantage, and hopefully this will give you a better understanding of the overall paste options that you have in Excel. So with that, I'm going to sign off for today, and I'll be back to you in a couple days with another Excel video. Take care.